And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day committed to being your consumer advocate. It's all about helping you understand your buying decisions here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We want to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage with you so we can help you win. Reach out to our hotline, 813-670-7372. Any questions, comments, calls are welcome to 813-670-7372. We've had an uptick in calls lately. We appreciate all those listeners who are supporting the show. Salem folks are reaching out and asking questions about our expert contributors. They're wanting to potentially, refinance through Diane Vance Fairway Independent Mortgage, all of our home services offerings, attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors, all types of great folks associated with the show here. Also, check out our website, consumerqb.com. You can see links there on our website to all of our expert contributors, and we've got 80 different categories, over 50 show partners here associated, and we all want to help you win by understanding your buying decisions, helping you avoid a lot of the commission-based that's so prevalent out there, commission-based advice that's so prevalent out there in our community. And we want to help you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. In studio, Lauren Bensinger, back in, MMA fighter. Welcome back, Lauren.
Hi, I'm glad to be here. Number 9th in the state currently, 2015 World University Games team member, 2-time state champion, 5-time world champion, and very, very excited with the Titan FC bout coming up at the end of this year, and looking to represent Florida and the rest of this country going in for battle. Very, very excited.
Very cool. Yeah, good stuff. So we're going to talk a little bit about MMA, how that's affecting, things, the UFC. We saw the big UFC fight where they were in Jacksonville, no audience involved. So we're going to talk about that. And Mike Tyson coming back, maybe get some comments on that. And we're going to talk with Dan Menikheim here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Dan Menikheim, Pro Health Pest Control. Dan, welcome back to the show, sir.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here. And I've killed billions of bugs since 1991. Not only a couple of them got me worse than I got them.
Yeah, there you go. And tell us about these murder. I'm
not as tough. I couldn't. I know. I'd probably anybody with an MA. Any professional fighter could definitely take me, but I can handle my own with the bugs.
Okay, there you go. I like that. So what about these murder hornets? These murder hornets out there. It's an interesting name for the insect, isn't it?
It's an invasive species from Africa, and I joke about it. We've posted some stuff on social media about it. It's really a non-issue until you get stung by a bunch of them and die. But they're not really in this area. And but yeah, it's fun to talk about it. They're invasive species, and what they'll do is they'll go into other beehives and kind of the whole hive and go after it. So
yeah, so as far as treatment though, it's treated pretty much like the normal invasive or other
we would it would just be like treated like a bee. We have products that would take care of it for sure. Yeah.
And this time of year
they're probably if you're listening to me or they're not in this area. So
okay,
it shouldn't be something we're concerned with today, but it is fun to talk about.
So not as heavy here in Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region of Florida
today, as far as I know. Yeah, correct.
Today. Okay, so we're talking with Dan from Pro Health Organic Pest Control here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So you hear about the murder hornets, the Africanized bees, those things. Termites are actually one of the bigger killers in terms of property value, Dan. That we see termites causing a lot of damage to real estate properties.
Yep, this area, it's termite season. Billions of dollars of damage a year. And I want to shout out to anybody still listening that we've had several people contact us from the show that's listened to me on the show for the alternative termite treatments. They've done well for them. We're protecting people's home in the area. And if you have any questions, let me know. But yeah, certainly, reach out. Make sure you don't have termites. If there's something flying, get a hold of me or a pest professional near you.
And I can tell you from firsthand experience, we've had Dan and his team over at our home where we live. My wife and I live, and it's a first-class experience. They're adhering to the COVID-19, the CDC guidelines. What's new in terms of this Chinese virus, the COVID-19, in terms of how that's affecting ProHealth Pest Control?
Well, most of us are very fortunate. We're abiding by the guidelines, number one, and no one's been effective physically from that. So we're keeping our distance, stuff like that. But a lot of us that work in the field, and I'm one of them, we've been able to get out of our house and perform as normal. What has affected us is some of the people that actually used to work in the office now work at home. They're not having as much fun. They're really waiting to get back to work. And currently, no one is at our office. Everybody's working remotely. So hopefully soon we'll be getting them back to the office and things will be turning back to normal. But I definitely feel sorry for some of the people that are working from home. They're getting sick of it. So.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with the kids at home, a lot of people are forced into being that teacher, parent now. And when you look at the trends in real estate, there's been a lot of speculation about how this hangover from COVID-19 is going to affect commercial real estate. A lot of employers are saying, hey, this Zoom thing ended up saving us some money. We can close down this office or shut down, reduce our overhead by saving money with office space.
Yeah. For us personally, it's not even an option. Like we have a couple people, it's not an option. They cannot come back to the office full time because they don't have someone to take care of their children.
Right. Yeah. So
we have Alex, one of the girls that you probably talk to if you call up our office. She's working at home. And the options she used to have before this no longer exist.
Yeah. Wow. What a challenge. Super challenging. Yeah. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And there's times I talk to her and I'm like going, I get kind of sick of it. And she was like, I haven't been out of the house in a week. And today I'm excited because I get to go to Walmart.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's got 3 children that are under the age of 12.
Yeah. So it's a new challenge. How do you keep the sanity going when you're working at home? You got the kids, and especially if you've got toddlers in the background, trying to do what they do. But if you just joined us, we're talking with Dan Menikheim here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes, and Dan is the owner of ProHealth Organic Pest Control. So talk to us about the organic side and some of the, I think some people are definitely, looking towards that type of a scenario versus the traditional chemicals and some things that might be harsher on the environment.
Yeah, well, what we do is we do preventative measures on the interior of the home, where we'll use essential oils and all natural dusts, and that's a preventative measure that we'll use on the interior of the home. That way, you, your pets, or your plants are in contact with any traditional product, and it actually works better because we can actually put it in much more places. So on an initial program, like say you you want us to come out and perform a pest control, we go in and we'll dust all the outlets in your kitchens and bathrooms and on the exterior walls where there's runways for ants and spiders and roaches. And then we'll go inside and treat the plumbing areas where some other things. And all that, it's away from anything you touch or anything like that. And then, like, say if you do have an ant problem or something like that, is we'll actually use a bait. We'll actually use bait. And we'll draw the insects to the bait instead of actually treating anywhere in the kitchen areas or anything like that with any harsh chemicals. So it's a healthier alternative to traditional pest control for sure.
Yeah, and that's important. A lot of people are looking for those types of solutions today, and they're looking to, so essential oils, that's interesting. So you're able to utilize essential oils instead of chemicals in some cases. Yeah,
absolutely. And what does essential oils do? It actually will dry out the insects. So, and things like termites and stuff like that, most of that stuff is treated on the exterior of the home. But the essential oils, it's a great product. And it is considered a pest control product. It is labeled like that. Whoever manufactures like that, but it's not just organic. It's all natural. It's just using essential oils for product control. It could dry your skin out, but there's no, like on the label, they'll have things, how do you apply the product? And the certain of these products, they don't have the restrictions that other products do. And you actually, and with that, certainly essential oil product, we could actually treat over waterways, like on decks and docks for spiders and roaches and stuff like that, because it has no effect on aquatic life. So traditional products will kill fish, so you can't spray them close to waterways.
Right.
So it gives us an advantage that way too.
Oh, that's good stuff. All right, reach out to Pro Health Pest Control, Dan Menikheim on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's our expert contributor for all things pest control here with the Consumer Quarterback Show. Pro Health Organic Pest Control here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We appreciate you, Dan. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you later, my friend. Coming up, Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing in studio. We've got Lauren Bensinger as well, MMA fighter here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Got a feel-good story of the day that could be the end of plastics. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
This is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with D'Angelo Star.
62, who knew? I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill. But actually, it's our 39th week. 62, who knew?
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember. Ask to me about
Yes.
To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple of years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards and made
entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay. Welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections for
Battles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left hand white, and then they catch the left hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
as your super connector. We want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. Got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that name because You were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are, is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, you know, with Women Unscripted, I know.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. My wife Lindsay and I own and operate the top team here in Tampa Bay, rushing the top 1% of all realtors here in the area. And recently featured again in Florida Realtor Magazine, featured in our industry's trade publication, which is Florida Realtor Magazine. Talking about our show, our philanthropic endeavors here in Tampa Bay, and how we utilize our brand of the Real Estate Quarterback Show. So we'd love to talk to you. We want to be your local economist of choice right here in Tampa Bay. We know the numbers, we know the market, we know things happening. It's still a low inventory market here in Tampa Bay. So if you're still thinking about selling, it's a great time. There's lots of competition in terms of on the buyer side, less competition for the sellers. So it's a great opportunity right now. Of course, the mortgage rates are low, so it's a prime opportunity to sell real estate here in Tampa Bay. This segment is brought to you by Two Maids and a Mop, the official cleaning partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to Tabitha and her team. They do a great job right here in Tampa Bay. Two Maids and a Mop, the official cleaning partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. They have their pay for performance plan, which is a huge competitive advantage for Two Maids and a Mop. And they also provide safe, reliable, professional grade cleaning supplies and products. And I highly recommend Two Maids and a Mop. Reach out to Tabitha and her team. Let them know that the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, a couple of hot properties here in Tampa Bay. We've got a property at 520 George Street South, Tarpon Springs. This is right on Lake Tarpon. Beautiful property, 2,500 acre lake. And this is a single family home with a separate mother-in-law ensuite, which of course would be a great rental property. There's no HOA, so they're not going to govern you there. You also have the boat dock, a private boat dock right here on Lake Tarpon in Tarpon Springs. 520 George Street South, Tarpon Springs, Florida. 422 Wildwood Way in BELLEAIR. This is another single family home, 2-story property. The home has over $100,000 of recent upgrades that are put into the property with recent renovations. Beautiful tropical landscaping and just a gorgeous home. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And we are going to the phones now. We got our friend Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing, calling in on the phones. So, Chuck, what are you seeing in the Suncoast Roofing world?
Well, that last little rain shower we had this past couple of days has made the phones ring today, that's for sure. And, of course, we got a little tropical depression off the East Coast the end of last week that helped our Melbourne office out a little bit. So the phones are ringing a little bit from that.
And Chuck, you had mentioned also that they are calling for, what was it, 16 or 18 named storms this year in the hurricane season?
Correct. Yeah, 16 to 18 named storms, which is a 20% increase in the normal. So we should be getting ready. I mean, hurricane season's here. We already have a named storm before it even starts officially. So need to think about getting your roof looked at. Make sure you're ready.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got Chuck Peterson on the line here, Suncoast Roofing. You've heard Mary Cernicki on the show as well before. And Chuck, one of the things that people don't realize with their roofing system is that if you have certain pieces in place and you get a 4-point inspection done, you're going to be able to reduce your rates on your insurance.
Correct. Yeah, and I mean, and that's really important for especially the folks that fall into your category, Brandon, where they're buying or selling. Those inspections are paramount. But if you're buying a house, you definitely should have that done to make sure your roof is in tip-top shape and to make sure that you get the best insurance rate, because there's two or three little things that we could come out there and fix those. and drop your rate, 10 or 15%, it's well worth the effort and the money.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, have you worked with Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspections lately? Speaking of 4 points.
Yeah, we're doing a house for it was actually a sale of your wife's over on Clearwater Beach. A gentleman moving here from Texas.
Yep.
And he had an inspection done, and by Snoop, and Snoop had him call us, and we're going to put the roof on for him first of next month when he gets some family leaving after Memorial Day weekend. We're going to do a roof for him and get him all settled up.
Nice. Yeah, that was a beautiful property on the beach. If you just joined us, we're talking with Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing, and he's the executive director of Suncoast Roofing. And Chuck, when it comes to this time of year, we had some dry weather recently. You mentioned when we have that first storm or that first tropical storm system coming through, people are going to find out the hard way that they have maybe some vulnerable areas in their roofing system.
Correct. And they've probably known, they saw a little spot on the ceiling, the end of the year, last year, the first of this year, and just really hadn't had enough rainwater to push that leak through, and they've been putting it off. But now's the time you need to call and let us come out there and look at things and make sure your roof's in order, because, when those big afternoon storms start back up here in another month or so, you don't want to be trying to fix it then when it's already leaking in your house.
Right on. Yeah. And now, Chuck, how much do you charge for these inspections?
Nothing. Free.
Free inspections. Free roof inspections.
Yeah. Free roof inspection. We'll come out there and look at it, and whatever, if you had a spot in the ceiling, our guys, they'll get up in the attic and look and make sure, it's coming from the roof and where it has to be repaired, and give you a number right on the spot about fixing your roof, and have guys out there in a day or two to get it fixed up. But it doesn't cost a penny to have us come look. Not one.
Oh, that's awesome. So a lot of real estate folks are listening to this show, real estate, mortgage, title professionals, insurance professionals listen to our show over the years. We get great feedback from that community as well. Talk about your knowledge of the real estate business and how it really affects and separates you from your competitors.
Well, as you know, Brandon, we understand that the roof is one of those big issues in a real estate transaction. Probably not much anything that goes on in the house any bigger than that. So when those inspections get done and you come back and your client has a report and there's a roof issue and you've got a closing coming in 2 weeks, just give us a call. We will move everybody and everything around, because we understand the timing for you guys as real estate agents is critical. I mean, those fleet locks run out, the closing dates run out. There's a lot of moving parts that have to be done, and we will try to do everything we can to make whatever has to happen for the to take care of whatever's on the report, to get that marked off by the inspector, so we don't hold up a closing at all. And just have to call us and let us know what's going on, and we'll be right there.
Yeah, and you also have this warranty. Now, some companies have a couple-year warranty, and you hear different products having a 2 or 3 year warranty. Talk about the warranty that comes with, since you guys are Master Elite contractors. It's a GAF Master Elite. That's a certification level that you get from being in the top. I forgot what percent, top 1%, I think, of roofers nationwide. Talk to us about the warranty that you offer.
Okay, the warranty is called a Golden Pledge warranty from GAF. They're the largest shingle manufacturer, and it's probably the most common shingle in Florida. But you have to be in the top 2% in the country to have that designation, and it requires training on our part. It requires GAF to come inspect our jobs, things like that. But what it does enable us to do is give you as a homeowner a 50-year warranty. It's non-prorated the first 25 years, so if we put the shingles on wrong, or if something goes wrong with those shingles by chance, GAF will stand behind that, and they will pay labor and materials to have it replaced. And then after that first 25 years, they'll pay for the materials to have it replaced up to 50 years. So it's pretty daggum outstanding.
Yeah, that's pretty strong when you look at the scenario playing out with some roofing companies and different scenarios that I've seen in real estate. Some of these roofing companies, there's challenges there to say the least. We're talking with Chuck Peterson, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, Suncoast Roofing, and we always talk about supporting the local economy here, supporting your local contractors, local show partners that you hear on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Suncoast Roofing is definitely one of those. And Chuck, talking in general, there's contractors out there that are running around asking people for large deposits. They may or may not be licensed. Can you give us some consumer tips there?
Yeah, and I know you and I have talked about this a lot on your show because it's really critical that as the consumer that we do some homework. That we check out the people that are coming to our door, even if we call them, out of a phone book or off of Google. You need to make sure they're licensed in the state. You need to make sure that they're allowed to do business in your municipality. And then if they're out there talking to you about your roof and they want a deposit that's 50% or they want you to sign today, then you just need to say thank you very much and let them go down the road, because that's not what a professional company would do. As we've talked about on the show, Brandon, we're $1,000 maybe down, and you pay us when we're done. I mean, we are here to service the customer and put the best roof on, we can for the customer. And, there's no reason for us to have all your money and you worried about, are we going to show up whenever we're supposed to?
Right. Yeah, a lot of those fly-by-night companies will do just that. Yep. All right, Chuck, hey, thanks so much for joining us. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hang on for the lightning round, but we appreciate everything you're doing for the team, for the community here in Tampa Bay, and say hello to Mary for us as well. Also, coming up, we've got Lauren Bensinger here in studio, MMA fighter, ranked 9th in the state here. We're going to talk about everything from self-defense. We're going to talk about staying in shape, maybe potentially utilizing MMA as a way to stay in shape and those types of scenarios here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also, our feel-good story of the day is pretty cool. It's talking about potentially an end of plastic. This new plant-based bottles degrade in 1 year. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. More from our expert contributors coming up. Also, follow us online. We'd love to connect with you on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We'll be right back after the short break.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
This is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because Weaving TV is working over in Tampa with Bensinger Star.
62 who knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill, but actually it's our 39th week. 62 who knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember. Ask to me about
Yes. To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple of years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards and made
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for help.
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left hand white, and then they catch the left hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
As your super connector, we want to introduce you to our 50+ show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to.
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back. I've got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step Image. I love I love that name because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as sisters connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, owner of the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. We buy houses cash fast. I didn't know if you were aware of that, but we have Keller offers, so we can make instant offers, fast cash closings on your real estate properties. Anybody that you know of that might be in a position where they are looking for a fast closing, they don't want to go through the hassle of putting on MLS and dealing with realtors and showings. We can make quick offers and help you close quickly through our program with Keller offers. So we can definitely help you with that. We'd love to talk to you buying, selling, or investing right here in Tampa Bay. We're your local real estate economist of choice here in the Tampa Bay area. My wife Lindsay and I own and operate a top team. We're actually in the top 1% of all realtors in the area. So we can help you with professional, courteous, closings fast, quick closings, and the absolute best in terms of marketing. We actually feature our real estate property listings on the show. So for example, that we got a couple of properties here I'd like to talk to you about right here in Tampa Bay. We've got property available at 1401 Seminole Boulevard in Largo. This is a vacant lot available. You've got a corner lot and it's in a prime area. This would be perfect for any type of development. Lots of different development options there in terms of zoning. We've got a dozen or so other vacant lots and land available, commercial and residential. So we would love to talk to you. Reach out to our hotline, 813-670-7372. Call or text our hotline. Any questions you have, of course, from the show and our expert contributors, 813-670-7372. And another property that we've got here in Tampa Bay, this is an affordable property, a condo. It's just over $100,000, 2689 Sable Springs Circle, unit number 105, waterfront, ground floor, with windows and views on three sides of the property. 2689 Sable Springs Circle, unit number 105 in Clearwater. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And this segment is brought to you by the Golf Cart Depot. Say hello to Marty and his team over at the Golf Cart Depot. Let them know that the Real Estate Quarterback sent you for special offers and incentives, and tell them that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Golf Cart Depot, you can test drive today, and they will actually bring it to your home or office and let you test drive it at the convenience of your home or office. They've got the new Icon electric vehicles available, Easy Go, Star EV, Cushman, and they have pre-owned or remanufactured properties, golf carts available. And I've got my beautiful Keller Williams red golf cart. Love getting out there, personal use and also commercial use. We got it wrapped with our team's logos and the Consumer Quarterback Show info out there. And of course, pre-COVID, we were out there doing some door knocking and meeting our neighbors, and we've slowed down on that a little bit. But reach out to Golf Cart Depot. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, please. All right, in studio now, we're going to talk with Lauren Bensinger here, MMA fighter right here in studio, and ranked 9th in the state. That's pretty cool. That's
yes.
Nice. That's nice.
Yep. It's been 21 years of nonstop dedication and training 3 hours a day, 6 times a week, and just staying true to myself as an athlete and bringing fruitation to life. And it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be in this industry and be able to call myself an MMA fighter. I'm very, very proud of that.
Now, when you think about nutrition, 3 hours a day, so that's basically 90-minute workouts. So, wait, is that 3 hours to 90 minutes? Yeah. So we got 90-minute workouts 6 times a week. That's got to be a strain on your body. So, what are you doing in terms of nutrition to fuel the body?
Well, with NutriShop South Tampa, NutriShop Northdale, they're actually providing 12-week programs to enhance your body through nutritional guidance. They give you specific macros. They weigh you in on their in-body scan, calculating body weight mass, muscle mass, water weight, everything like that. And they get your body down to a particular goal of your desire. And it's designed within a time frame. And, they schedule meals for you, schedule workouts for you. And, it definitely enhances you, whether you're an athlete or just someone who wants to get in shape.
And my math was off. It's actually 180-minute workouts.
Yes.
So
I heard 90. I was like,
wait a minute. so that's a lot of working out. Now let's also think about right now as well. One of the things I do at least once a month is I like to visit with Stephen and Lisa Gunnan, Replenish IV Solutions. Talk to me about how that helps you as well with your training.
Well, I love Replenish IV Solutions. They have the utmost care in terms of just giving your body the minerals that is so necessary for everyday life. With the B vitamin is my personal favorite. Toradol, helping with any pain as an athlete, it's essential for your physical maintenance. And it's a very, very comfortable environment. I love the experience every single time I'm there. Great people, and that's really all that you could ask for. They keep you up and running, and I'm very, very appreciative of them.
Yeah, Replenish IV Solutions, by the way, if you're not familiar with them, what it is, it's a vitamin infusion drip. So you go in, you sit in there relaxing lounger chairs. They put a vitamin infusion drip right into your bloodstream. The most notable, I think most people would probably recognize the Myers cocktail. So the Myers cocktail is one that you're going to probably understand. But yeah, all the different types of vitamins, vitamin C's, you got zinc, minerals that are going to go in through that bag, and it's going to rehydrate you, and it's going to boost your immune system big time.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Those minerals are very necessary. They're necessary to constantly have replenished to your body. And I recommend going in there at least twice a month, weekly if you can, but twice a month.
Yeah, it's important. Now, you follow UFC, of course. A lot of people do. UFC is such a powerhouse in terms of, the major organization in MMA. People have seen that. We've had Ken Shamrock on the show before. He's a former business partner of mine. Ken Shamrock, UFC Hall of Famer. Different folks in the UFC. What do you think in terms of USC? We see that they're doing events now, but they're not, allowing, of course, folks in the stands, people in the stands. What do you see happening with UFC and potentially how does that affect a fighter when you're in the ring?
I think they're doing a phenomenal job at keeping the industry moving right now. Having COVID-19 matchups, everybody ringside is wearing a mask. All the coaches are wearing a mask and the fighters are well taken care of right now. And there's no audience in the arenas currently, but they're keeping the fighters up and running. They're taking care of everybody, and they're keeping the show rolling, and that's the most important part of it. And Titan FC as well. Titan FC actually has a scheduled bout on pay-per-view this month, and my fight will be scheduled the end of the year when we can have an audience present. And it's very, very exciting. We know that Trump is certainly an advocate to the industry, and he's certainly having things move as fast as possible. So we're very, very appreciative of that and extremely blessed to be able to keep doing what we do as athletes.
Yeah, it's such an important part. If you just joined us, Lauren Bensinger here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, in talking about the economic side of MMA and the the sporting events and of course some of the big names now signing in football on the football side. Rob Gronkowski, Tom Brady coming to Tampa Bay. So I think so many people are looking forward to football coming back. Just the different sporting events and how it helps the economy, both the economic engine, but the just the overall psyche. We talk to we talk to different folks on the show in terms of the fear focus that people are in. They're in a fear focus right now, and they're thinking about their businesses, and they're thinking about their potential challenges that they're facing, losing their businesses, all these different scenarios playing out. But how nice will it be to have sporting events coming back? When we're talking about MMA. Also, Lauren, talk about the effects of in terms of weight loss, staying in shape, how MMA is kind of fun to do. At the same time, you're getting a great workout in as well.
Yeah, MMA is essential. It's essential to the body. It's a form of combat. You're having to use all parts of the body, and you don't necessarily have to be fighting someone. You can do it kickboxing style, and it utilizes the legs, utilizes hand-eye coordination, foot-eye coordination, and what really helps with that is actually coconut coals. And I want to give a really big shout out to Oasis Hookah Lounge for accommodating athletes and, human beings for expanding the lung capacity. That's what coconut coals do. So I would highly recommend stopping by Oasis Hookah Lounge for that. And we love to use those things as as athletes. So
that's interesting. So think of it's kind of counterintuitive, right? You're actually taking in coconut coals through some inhaling it.
Yes, through the hookah.
But explain how's that been explained to you? How does that help?
So they use natural remedies within the coals that don't have a major effect on your lungs. They actually enhance your lung capacity, which is awesome. I love using it. I definitely use the coals probably 3 times a week, and it helps me tone down from the workout and the training regimen and everything like that, and helps me relax and meditate. So very, very excited for that, and that's something that I'll definitely be using at my after party once we get this Titan fight lined up. And K's European Auto Repair will be supplying the transportation for my entire team going to the venue. Very, very excited for that. They have the fastest, most affordable service for European cars especially. So if you have a European, send it to K's European. That's the right place to go. So very excited for that. And more on recovery for an athlete and for anybody who's doing at-home workouts. Cryogenics. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with cryotherapy. It's cold body therapy. You're put into a machine and you're sitting there for about 3 minutes, and it's bringing your entire body temperature down as low as possible. And it's isolating the muscles and the blood vessels, and it's giving you the best experience of healing. And you feel rejuvenated after that experience, which is something that I absolutely love doing.
Yeah, cryotherapy is interesting. I heard about it first from Tony Robbins, and he went, he had a company come into his West Palm Beach home and install one in his home. And interestingly enough, my uncle was involved with that because he has a welding shop kind of towards the east coast of Florida. So he was, involved with helping him install his own machine in his home. So it must be nice, right, to have your own machine at the house, right?
Yes, your own physical way of recovering and recouping. It's excellent. I love using it, and also a really, really awesome service right now, Angry Elephant. They'll be giving me a personalized back piece after victory for this fight. And they have the highest maintenance in their facilities, the utmost class in their tattoo shops. And I love going there personally, and it's very, very accommodating to everybody. They accept all types of human beings, and it's a great experience.
Very cool. All right, coming up, I want to ask you about your morning routine and some of your recovery techniques, maybe a little bit about the sleeping process. And we have Chuck Peterson as well going to join us in our lightning round. So stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check out consumerqb.com. And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in your real estate deals, buying, selling, or investing through the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And as a consumer advocate here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, we want you to think about our show as the hub of your financial will, your business will, your workout, all those different areas of life. What we've done is we've assembled and vetted over 50 show partners that we bring on the show. We kind of rotate the content that way with our show, but it's providing insights to different areas of business and finance and life. So we want you to think about this show as the hub of your financial, your business wheel, and each one of those spokes extending outward, representing another one of our preferred partners, our on-air expert contributors that take the time out of their busy schedules. They come in and serve the community as a consumer advocate here on our Consumer Quarterback Show. So we'd love for you to reach out and engage with us, support the local economy, support Salem media here on the Consumer Quarterback Show by calling in and getting in touch with our expert contributors. 813-670-7372. You can call or text that line. It's an off-air number, 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline. And you could also submit an email or find out more information at consumerqb.com. And I implore you to check out our website. Lots of great information at consumerqb.com. And we're going to give a shout out to Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is Brothers Easy Moving. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, they are a first-class organization. They do a great job, whether you're planning a local move or a long-distance move. Reach out to Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Now, they can also help you with your packing, junk hauling, moving home or offices. Brothers Easy Moving. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you and take them up on those special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, a couple of hot property listings for this segment. We got 1224 East Dr. Martin Luther Jr. King Boulevard right in Tampa. This is a great opportunity. It's a commercial property. You got vacant land opportunity as well as a structure here at 1224 East Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard right here in Tampa Bay. It's a great opportunity. And the area is kind of an up-and-coming area where you have investment going in. It's kind of an opportunity zone right here in Tampa Bay. Harbor Drive and Clearwater. These are gorgeous lots, back-to-back, side-by-side, adjacent properties with access to the bay. You've got one is 150 and one's the other at 160. So it's a great buying opportunity here in Tampa Bay. You can build up to 9 units on those parcels if you buy both properties, and you've got direct access into the bay. Check out the beautiful photography, compliments of Fabre Frameworks, the official real estate partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, every day we're going to tell you something positive here in our feel-good story of the day. End of plastic, new plant-based bottles degrade in 1 year. So it's a pretty cool story out of the Netherlands. Biochemicals company hopes to kickstart investment in a pioneering project that plans to develop plastics made from 100% of plant-based materials. The initiative devised by renewable chemicals company Advantium has already won the support of Carlsberg and Coca-Cola. Advantium CEO Tom Van Aken says he hopes to greenlight a major investment in a world-leading bioplastics plant in the Netherlands by the end of the year. The project, which remains on track despite the coronavirus lockdown, is set to reveal partnerships with other food and drink companies later this summer. Quote, "This plastic has very attractive sustainable credentials because it uses no fossil fuels and can be recycled, but would also degrade in nature much faster than normal plastics do. Trials have shown that the plastics would decompose in 1 year using a composter and a few years longer if normal outdoor conditions. Ideally, it should be recycled." Currently, Americans throw away 35 billion plastic bottles every year. Wow, that's a staggering number, 35 billion plastic bottles. Only about 25% of the plastics produced in the United States is recycled. That leads to a big problem given the fact that water bottles do not biodegrade. This also means that it takes 1,000 years for every single bottle to decompose. So, hey, shout out to this company in the Netherlands. Man, that's an awesome Advantium CEO, Todd Tom Van Aken. Cool stuff. I like that. That's going to be a big game changer there. I hope they can, get that going. It sounds like they will, especially when you have big companies like Coca-Cola on board. All right, we're going to jump into our lightning round here. We've got in studio Lauren Bensinger, MMA fighter. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom, Lauren.
Words of wisdom. Always be intuitive with your self-desire. If there's something that you want in life and something that means the world to you, and this comes from a feeling deep inside, only you know this, go with that. Follow that in everything that you do. Stay true to yourself and always go with what's within.
All right, good stuff. Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing.
All right, so we've got Memorial Day weekend coming up in a couple of weeks. GAF has a Roof for Troops program out. So if you're a veteran or active military at all, if we do your roof, you get $250 back straight from GAF, and Suncoast Roofing will match that if they call your show and have us come out to the house.
Awesome. I like that. That's very cool. I love that. Helping out our veterans, first responders, military, that's one of the things we love to do. Veterans, first responders, military. We're adding in teachers now, nurses to that with our Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. If they choose to utilize us as a listing agent or a buying agent, we're going to help them with a 1/4 to 1/2 point discount back as well. So all veterans, first responders, military, teachers and nurses, we're helping those folks out as well. So I want to go back to Lauren as part of the lightning round here. But how important is a morning routine and also to recover in terms of sleep, getting your sleep in when you're taxing your body so hard like that?
It's essential. If you are putting your body through a workout routine, you have to time sleep, you have to time recovery. Both those things are essential. In order to recover properly, you need at least 30 minutes to an hour after a workout. In order to work out efficiently, you need proper sleep. You need at least 6 to 8 hours. And all of this has to be planned out in order to have a well-maintained routine. So sleep, working out, recovery, eat, recoup. And I love doing this at Apex Performance. They have the best morning routine. I actually have gyms for a morning routine, an afternoon routine, an evening routine. And Apex Performance offers a very nice garage warehouse feel with a grass turf. It's kind of an old school gym feel with really awesome weights, and it's a lot more intimate than most gyms. And that's where I go for my morning routine.
I like that. When you roll it up, you got the roll up, and it's like you got nature right there, and
Exactly.
you're getting the workout in.
Yeah.
I've done those workouts before too. Good stuff. Hey, let's go back to Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing. Give us some more tips, Chuck.
Well, I would say let's go back to what we talked about earlier. We got hurricane season 2 weeks away. Need to have somebody look at your roof if you haven't done that in a while, and if your roof has some age on it, let us come out there and give you an inspection. Just call Brandon Show, and just he'll forward the information to us, and we'll be right out there to look at your house for free.
Yeah, that's a good one. Get that done. Get the 4-point done. If you want to get with Jay Smith, a Snoop Inspection, a great time to try to save money. We talk a lot about trying to save money here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, whether it's on the financial side. We had a great interview with Anthony Ornella yesterday, our wealth advisor, financial advisor. Get a review done. Find out where your investment money's going. When it comes to your roof and your insurance, we work with Doug Levi. You get your insurance checked up. You get your 4-point inspection. You might qualify for some savings there when it comes to the 4-point. And of course, Chuck can check out the roof. There's lots of ways we can help you here, save you some money, and get that review, making you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. That's what we want to do here, and it's really something that we focus on here in the lightning round in terms of, I want to talk to you about the 6 Ps. So you've got proper prior planning prevents poor performance. Okay, the 6 Ps. So think about whenever you're going into an endeavor, you want to really focus on planning the night before or even the week before if it's a big project, right? So you want to write down and make sure you're setting the tone in your mind. You've got your subconscious mind thinking about the different strategies and the tactics that you're going to employ with proper prior planning that prevents poor performance here. So you want to make sure you focus on positive progress and energize. So whenever you're seeing this progress in your life, and you're, for example, if you're training, for example, and you say, hey, I'm gonna, my daughter said something really cool. She was doing these 11-minute workouts. I think it's Chloe or one of the different gals that are doing that. And she said, I promised myself I would do this workout daily. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I was proud at that point. But when you look at that, if you make progress, it's going to reinforce that workout that you're doing, that scenario that's playing out. So it's going to release endorphins, and you're going to get that much more confident as you do that as well. So also, when you look at time spent planning, you're able to save a tremendous amount of time just by planning. The fact that you're going to sit down, you're going to write out the scenarios, you're going to play that through on paper, that's going to help you. And the rule is think on paper. Whenever you're making big decisions, especially if they're involving relationships or if they're involving money, the more that you can think on paper, get the ideas out of your head on paper and review those, and maybe even have a mentor or someone in your sphere review those for you. That's going to help you. And there's a lot of tools now, Google Calendar, lots of ways you can help you stay organized. So remember the 6 Ps. It's proper prior planning prevents poor performance. That's going to help you succeed in your business and personal life. So there's some great tips for you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I want to thank Dan Menikheim. He was on the show with us earlier. Pro Health Pest Control. Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing. Thanks so much, Chuck. And please drive safely out there. Lauren Bensinger, MMA fighter, right here in studio with us today. We want to thank all of our listeners, our viewers of our show, our production team, and we want to remind you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness, something as simple as maybe volunteering some time, donating some food, being a force for good in the community. Do something kind for one another, and continue to tune into our show. Follow us online. We'd love to connect with you on Facebook, the Consumer Quarterback Show, and Platinum MVP Team on Facebook, at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time